Hey everyone, this is Player 1.
And this is Player 2.
And we're back after a little bit of a break. Not because we necessarily wanted to, but some stuff came up.
Yeah, we had a lot of complications, so we couldn't post any videos. But we're back now, and I hope you guys have missed us, and you guys will enjoy some of the future videos. But you want to go first?
Yeah, so today, this pick is going to be a little bit different. It'll have some video games like usual, a couple collectibles, and a couple toys. The reason being, we have been kind of on the lookout. As you know, a lot of the Toys R Us's have been going out of business or closing.
Yeah,
and, so they've been putting their stuff on sale.
Exactly. So I don't know if you guys know, but there's over 100 Toys R Us's that are actually going out of business. And they had a store right next to them that was called Joffrey's Store or something like that.
Joffrey's Toy World.
Yeah, something like that. So
it was like a seasonal store for the holidays.
Yeah, so they had a lot of what they consider hand-me-down toys, but they're not really hand-me-downs, as you can see. They're just toys that were probably a year older. But the price reflected here is not the price that we paid. We actually bought some of them at 75% off and some of them at 50%. So even though right here naturally you would think that this is $7, it would be like $3.50 at 50% off. We actually got it cheaper than that because of some of the toys. They had the wrong sticker prices, so they ended up being cheaper.
Or they lowered them, I guess, over time during the season.
Yeah.
Because when they scan it in the register, it comes out even cheaper.
Yeah.
Like this one came out to $1.20 something.
Exactly.
After 75% off on top of what it was.
So we took advantage and we kind of like overloaded in toys and some other collectibles. Well, these aren't toys; these are action figures. So
yeah, and stuff like this. If you've seen the channel before, you've seen that. At least I have always been really interested because I like the idea of building. I like Legos, and I have a lot of these little sets like from Game of Thrones, even Call of Duty, some old zombie sets.
Yeah, and if if you guys been following the pickups, you also know that I kind of got a whole smorgasbord. Is that what you call it?
I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
A
whole thing of toys and collectibles. So it's not just one thing. Although I do love Power Rangers, I have many toys. So.
All right. So I guess right away you see the first two pickups I have up here. I have the Command Center, and this is really cool actually. It launches the Black Ranger, but just the Command Center itself, it comes with everything you see with Alpha, Putty Patrol, and Zack. And then also here's the Trini in the Yellow Ranger, and there's actually a bigger one. Well, I guess I'll show that in a second, of the whole Megazord. But these are two. I saw these, and again at 75% off. Like, I don't know how I couldn't pick them up. They were just perfect.
Exactly. And to go on with mine, I kind of got this guy. If you can see in the background, my Christmas lights are still on. I'm one of those people that still has Christmas stuff up. So, and I got some Bogoblins, if I'm pronouncing them correctly. But I got Ganon when it was 50% off. I got them for $3, and I got a Bogoblin for 75 cents, I think it was. So I ended up getting these a little bit more expensive because they only had 2 of the Bogoblins left, and I think 1 or 2 Ganons. So I didn't want to lose the chance of getting these toys or these action figures, especially from the world of Nintendo. They're hard to find, and they're kind of hard to, not hard, but they're kind of expensive sometimes.
They're hard to find cheap is the thing. They usually stay at the same price till they disappear.
I kind of got these two because I want to put them on a shelf to be right beside Ganon. And on top of that, if you guys want to see, I know you do, I got the Wind Waker Link. So,
oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So I ended up
paying, creepy, man.
Yeah, so I paid $1.25 for this one. And with that and the Ganon, it'll pretty much look good on my shelf. So
cool.
Yeah.
So I guess while we're at it, I'll bring in some Wind Waker stuff I got. I got these little, I don't know what they're called. They're not play sets, but they're like I guess they are sets. I guess I don't know what they are. Basically, they're see if you can move that.
No.
They're little sets.
We're gonna have to do it separately.
Oh, okay. Well, they're little sets, and you can connect them all together.
You can see it right there. So they're very cool.
They're very cool.
I wasn't able to get them because they were out, but
and you can see like they can all connect together basically and make up like a whole island.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Back. Let me see. So here we go. You can see it in the back.
Oh yeah, that's even better.
You can see how they all connect. So I thought that was really cool. I was able to get all of them
except for the actual boat.
Oh yeah, that's
I was never able to find the boat.
Yeah, I didn't find the boat, but I got the rest of like that. What is this? Outset Island. So I'm missing the King of Lions, whatever that is. But still, again, got them at a great price. Got them for I think for these I picked them up when they were 50% off, but still got them for a couple bucks each. So I think that's very cool. All right, what do you got?
Well, I'll go in the spirit of Power Rangers and actually put the Dorbs.
You are obsessed with these little pops, Dorbs, anything that's small and like.
Yeah, man, I love them.
How many times can you collect the original set of Power Rangers, dude?
A lot. The sad part is I haven't been able to complete a whole set. Like, this is actually the closest I've been in regards to like Funko Dorbs or any type of those metal mites. I haven't been able to complete a complete collection. This is the most that I've had. I'll have like the Green Ranger and maybe the Pink Ranger in one set, or the Red Ranger and maybe a Blue Ranger. But this is the complete original 5. I don't think they made the green or the white. I wish they would have. I don't see it in the back here, so...
No, it doesn't say. Oh, here. No, they only made the 5.
Yeah, so
That's
I
lame.
don't see it. So I was able to get these 5, and they were $6, but I actually paid $1 for them. So they were very good. Especially for $1, I get 5 of them for $5. So
that's kind of cool.
And it's sad because when these things first come out, they're, I think, about $10 everywhere, or if not, maybe a little bit more. So when you get them for $1, it's a great deal.
I still think a lot of these things, they're way overpriced.
They are.
They're basically 3D printed stuff. That's what it is.
They are.
They're trying to charge these ridiculous prices for it.
Yeah, it is true. I'll give you that. There's a lot of these that are overpriced, even like Funko, and even the Amiibos are overpriced.
All right, so here's one of the other constructs, Mega Constructs that I was talking about. This actually is the entire Megazord, and it comes with the Red Ranger with the green shield, so that's kind of cool. This I think was $20, but when I found it, it had this rip in it. Now all the pieces are there. I looked through everything, but you know, I told the person that was there. I said, "Hey, can you give me a discount?" And so apart from the 75, they also gave a 30% discount. So it was a pretty good deal. I think even though the $20 is cheap off the regular price, but it was 20 minus 75 plus 30.
So you're looking at about, if I'm correct, about $3 and something. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's great, and it's a big figure too, so it's kind of cool. And the coolest thing I just noticed is that you can put the Rangers in there in the actual Megazord. So that's kind of cool.
I guess I'll go with mine. I won't say too much because you guys saw it in the beginning. I also got a command center, and this one
Isn't that cool though?
It is. I waited actually till it was 75% off, so I got it for $1 and some change, and it is very cool. I like it. I mean, I'll even add something else that I loved when I saw it. I fell in love with it. Was actually this playset. And I have another one here I'll show you in a second. But it's if you guys love Ninja Turtles like I do, you'll understand the black and white, the Nor Ninja Turtles, the original. I actually have some of the original comic books that they look like this. So when I saw it,
I got one too.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
So this was actually $1.25. So I mean, it is what it is. As soon as I saw it, I picked it up and I put it in the cart, and I left with it like a madman. But it brings Casey Jones, and I think this is Raphael. Yeah, it is Raphael. So it's very cool. And if you see the back, they actually have like a whole playset between 4 of them, and the other one brings the Shredder. But they're very cool, and they're like just like the Mega Blocks that they have like a diorama with the players, with the other turtles. Now I'll add to that I got the Shredder version. If it goes into focus, it brings the Shredder, and I think it's Leonardo, and it has the rooftop.
Oh, did you now?
Yes. See,
I wish I would have got
the rooftop.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, so we kind of went a little bit overboard.
Yeah.
So,
there were good prices. It's hard to say no. Even if I probably won't open this anytime soon, but
if you look at it, it says right here $34.98. If I paid, I think it was $2.98. It came out to $3 and something, but with the tax. But this is a great price. I mean, just look at it, $34.98, and this wasn't even the original price, $34.98 for this toy. So when you're paying $2 and some change, it's kind of hard to say no.
Yeah.
So I guess, do you want me to go or you go?
It's up to you. I guess we just kind of went together.
Yeah. I also went ahead and got a Bruit Gun.
Oh, that's cool.
I love the Halo series. I hate how they've gone down, but anyway, it's a Nerf gun. It's got the little Nerf things here, but it's a Bruit Gun. I want to paint it.
Oh, they went cheap. What is this?
Oh, no. I thought so too, but it's right here. You have to build it.
Okay, I was gonna say they put paper.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first, but then when I noticed this part,
okay,
it kind of justified. But I ended up getting it for, I think it was $1.49. So it's a great price. And I plan to paint it and make it look more like the Bruit Gun, because I've seen some YouTube videos where some people take the Nerf guns and actually paint them. So I'm gonna give it a try, and for $1.50, I can't go bad. Even if my paint job sucks, you know, it is what it is. And I'll probably put it up in the wall somewhere. And yeah, so that's what I got.
All right, so I'm gonna take a break from toys and bring up 2 PS4 games I picked up.
By the way, sorry for the background, because our actual background got messed up. One of the issues that we had in between, so we're using like some kind of blanket and a bed.
Yeah, well,
we're going old school.
Old school. But so 2 PS4 games I picked up: Evil Within 2 and Valkyria Revolution. So this game, I picked it up cheap. It was on Amazon for like $9. You know, that's probably the most I would pay for that. I'm sure if you haven't heard about it, it's not a great game. They basically got Valkyria Chronicles and did a whole spin-off with the Dynasty Warriors kind of gameplay. I've heard a lot of bad things about it, but I kind of just want to pick it up. It was cheap. The Evil Within 2 I got for $19.99. If you guys were hip to what was happening at Amazon, they had like a lightning deal, and on any console was $19.99. However, I don't know what to do with it. I'm a little stuck. What happened was I've been wanting to play Evil Within 2 because I like the first one. I really believe that it's the game that I think Evil Within 2 is closer to a real Resident Evil than something like Resident Evil 7. It's kind of still in that vein of what Resident Evil was, with a little bit more action, maybe closer to like Resident Evil 4 kind of thing. But sorry, a bug just like flew by. But the PS4 version looks pretty good. It handles pretty good. But the PC, I played the PC. I have a pretty decent laptop for gaming, and I realized it looks a lot better. The frame rate's not great. It's a poorly optimized game, so you still get about the same, a little bit better, maybe around 40s. But what I did like is, for the first time, I started playing with console commands. If you don't know what that is and you're a console player, basically what that means is you put a code, and most games have, and they let you have cheat codes. So sometimes it could be what they call like God mode, where you're invincible or whatever. And Evil Within doesn't have many, but it does have a first-person mode. And you probably saw articles about that already, where you can play the whole game basically in first-person perspective, and that's kind of cool. It's not meant for that, and it's not animated greatly, but it kind of is something different to do every once in a while if you want to switch. So I'm kind of debating it. Unfortunately, by the time I realized, hey, maybe I should get it on PC, it wasn't $19.99 anymore. So I'm holding on to this and seeing what to do. I would prefer it on the PC, but again, I kind of like having a physical copy. I haven't decided what to do with it just yet. But either way, I'm going to keep it one way or the other. Either I keep this one, or I'll pick it up later when it's a little cheaper on PC. But I definitely am very interested in Evil Within 2. So
that's pretty cool. I'll add to something like that, because the console commands, and this is kind of, it's not the same, but I'll add to that. If you guys have ever heard of a game called Surge, it's really a refreshing game, and not because of the gameplay. I'm not going to delve too much into that, but it's a testament to real good, I guess, programming or developing, because we all get these new games that like they eat up your hard drive space. They're like, now if you're playing, some of these games are like over 100 gigs or 40 gigs, 60 gigs, and so forth. The Surge, which looks just like a next-gen game, it's only 6 gigs.
Yeah, 6 something.
6 point something. So it's refreshing to see that, because that means that the developer actually did their stuff right, and they use their own engine. But it also takes away from other big games, because it's like nowadays they just release games and they're just big and they're poorly optimized.
Yeah.
They're badly programmed, and they just kind of shred them to pieces and sell them to you in separate pieces. But it's like, it's weird to see that, because it's a 6 point something gig game, and it feels like
it looks great. It's like a next-gen game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the game doesn't call my interest too much of what it is, but just the fact that it can look that good and run that smoothly says a lot to the difference between that and AAA games like, unfortunately, like Evil Within 2, where there's no reason why it should be struggling that much.
Yeah,
on PC.
or even as much as I love Nier Automata, if you bought it for the PC, Square Enix ripped you off because they kind of just said, well, it is what it is. If it's broken for you guys, too bad. That's what it basically is. And it's sad because some smaller developer can do a game better. And not that Nier Automata isn't a great game, but you know what I mean. No, anyway, I got these 4 games for 4 for $10, so I didn't pay this price, but they all look in great condition. The discs were fantastic, and so I wanted to add it to my collection. I got X-Men Destiny, Legends of Guardians. Legends of the Guardians. I'm not yeah.
Guau, the Owls of Guau.
The Owls of
Guau. From that movie. That Zack Snyder movie back when he was a good director.
I should have pronounced it better. I've seen the game. I've seen the movie so many times in 3D. Heavenly Guard and Tournament of Legends. Destiny.
Yo, man, this looks like a bunch of garbage.
It is, but it kind of is. But it's 4 for $10, so they're about $2.50 a piece. And I wanted to try them out.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. That X-Men Destiny, I wanted to try it out, and since it actually was it looks nice and it had everything on the inside, I picked it up. Legends Guau, I played this one a little bit. I like the flying, but it's kind of a simple game. It's for children, basically. Same thing as these guys. This one, actually, I haven't played it yet. It does look a little bit interesting. I don't know how the gameplay is.
It's the wildest Wii fighting game yet, so it may have some promise.
Yeah, it may. But yeah, I got these 4 for $10, and they're part of the video game pickups that I have this month. I have some more. So, do you want to go first, or do I continue?
Yeah, I'll do another. Oh, sorry, the camera. I'll do another one of these things.
Mega blocks.
The Mega Constructs, and this is Billy Blue Ranger with Mastodon. Ooh, almost forgot Mastodon. The cool thing is this one comes with Goldar, so that's kind of cool. And while I'm at it, might as well show these little bags. So I picked up these little bags. I think you got some too, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, I picked up some of these little bags.
Mine's are based on Power Rangers.
So, real quick, these little stupid mystery bags, and you can see they were marked down because they're ridiculously expensive. But even at $198, got them for 75% off. So just a few.
I ended up getting these for about 20 cents.
Yeah, it's not bad at that price, but some of these can get expensive at regular price. But I want to bring something to your attention. This is basically loot boxes.
It is.
This is what it is. It's like physical loot boxes. They're not new, right? Everything from little toys like this to magic cards. But something really pissed me off about this. So here are some that I've got. These are 4 other ones I haven't built yet. But these are the 4 I've gotten. And then I was pissed because, first of all, one of the ones that I got was missing a leg.
Oh, so maybe they want to charge you that on a future DLC.
Maybe. Missing a leg, okay? Then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these are all the same guy, Raphael. Okay? And that's in one box because they had them in like a box. I just ripped open the packaging and got like 5 of them, 6 of them, whatever. Then I have 2 of these and then 1 of these, which this is considered rare, which is just like the Leonardo, right? But it kind of blows my mind that if you were buying these, and I picked up 5 pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packages. I would have picked up 5 of this Raphael. That's kind of ridiculous, man.
Well, it's the same that goes about the same that can be said about this. These packages, when they first come out, they're like $4, $5 sometimes, and a
or like
piece.
Those mystery pops.
Yeah,
they're expensive.
Yeah, they're like $5 a piece, and I mean, at 20 cents, I can buy 10 of these and just spend $2, and it's not a big deal. But they are like loot boxes in the sense that they're like a skin economy, and a lot of other bad things.
Whoa! I just noticed something. That Green Ranger doesn't have a shield?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. So this is how you know they're just like, we're making the metaphor or comparison to loot boxes, because they're really just repainting them.
While you're talking?
Yeah, you can open it. So they're really just repainting them. And look at Lord Zed. Does that not look like kind of like a Power Ranger? They're just repainting them and selling them to you. So the Green Ranger?
No, not even staged. Another Green Ranger.
Yeah, so.
All right.
So I mean, even the Green Ranger, he doesn't have the shield, and definitely that's not the Dragon Dagger.
And I'm not staging it. Another Putty Patrol. So you can see that if you're paying for these regular price, you're kind of getting screwed. You keep getting the same ones over and over again. And I guess it's cool if you're trying to make a big collection, but that's kind of disappointing. And
Yeah.
can I have one of these green?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. This Buddy Patrol is actually pretty cool, but they're all kind of the same. I mean, at 20 cents, I didn't care wasting.
No, that's not bad for that.
You know, they're less than I would pay.
Oh,
I
there it
definitely
is.
wouldn't pay them on real price, but at 20 cents, I didn't care paying for 4 of them. Now, I do want to go next. I went to Goodwill, and although I have been kind of not trying to stay away from Goodwill because they've been jumping their prices on games, and they've been kind of getting problematic. And the reason why I say that is because at least in the Goodwills that I've been to, it's kind of like all sales are final. So they sell electronics, and I've seen some Xbox original consoles and some PS2 consoles and some Wii and Wii U consoles. And basically you buy it, and if it doesn't work, that's too bad. They won't refund you your money or give you credit. And that, I think, is a very shady practice from Goodwill. And I've noticed that they're trying to raise the price on games to the point that it's kind of almost like eBay. So at least these games, I was able to get them for about $2 a piece, and they all have their manuals, and they're very nice. Everything, the box art, the CDs, everything was great. So they sold it to me for $2, so I got them. But
It's like,
going back,
it's like what, $2.50 or something like that?
yeah, it's about $2.50. Sorry, I said $2, but it's about $2.50. So I got them, but I've noticed last time I went back, they're trying to raise the price. So sometimes they'll have a certain game. If they know, like for example, Halo, they'll try to sell it to you for a much more expensive price for like.
Oh, they're individually marking games.
Yeah, they're individually
that's
marking
lame.
game, and that's kind of lame because these are 100% profit for them. They're a donation that they make
See,
money on.
The Goodwill, the thrift store thing is, you know, and maybe we'll have people disagree with us, but think about how that is. They're about one of the only businesses that make 100% profit, in the sense that all the merchandise they get, they don't pay for. Okay, all they're paying for are maybe some employees at very low wages and many volunteer employees, and
They're getting tax
and the
write-offs.
facility. They're getting tax write-offs, and all their merchandise is free. They don't have an overhead
Yeah.
cost of merchandise.
Understand-
And they're still douches about it, because I've seen them trying to sell broken controls, and they're like, no, we won't return it. If you
Yeah.
buy it now, that's it.
Yeah, and see, I'll tell you this much, is that a lot of Goodwill are individually owned, and most of the Goodwill's owners or CEOs are millionaires. So you know what that means. But anyway, I did have a bad experience, and that's what's kind of driving me away from them, because I went to go, and they had, right after Christmas, they had about 5 or 6 Xbox One. Sorry, not Xbox One, or Xbox Originals. So they had controllers, they had some Wii's and some PS2s, and I think a PS3. The PS3, they were trying to sell it used, and this was the Fat Boy PS3 for about
nice.
$80. $80, and it was in bad shape. And the worst part is that
Those
I
are
tried to,
dangerous too, because they get the blue ring or whatever.
yeah, they get the Ring of Death. But my story goes more along the lines that I went and asked the person if I could try it or test it, and the person tells me no. So I tell them, hey, if something happens, what can I come back and get a credit or whatever? And she tells me no, all sales are final. And I was like, are you kidding me? And so I look at the Xbox One. Sorry, I say Xbox One, I mean Xbox Original again. And some of the controllers look really beat up, and the Xboxes look beat up. But I said, maybe if they work. So I pushed a little bit, and the manager came out, and he actually said, I'll try one. And sure enough, that Xbox, the disc tray did not come out, and it had one of the Rings of Death. And so when I told him that, he's like, oh, okay, I'll make sure that we don't sell this. I told him, you can't sell that because it's broken. He's like, okay. I left and came back the next day to see if they had anything different. The same Xbox was there on sale for $50. So that means they know what they're doing. And that was some shady practice that I don't want to go back to. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm not going to support them if they do that.
Yeah,
so
screw that. So what do you
even
got
if
here?
they have good games. But moving along, I got SWAT Global Strike Team, Driver, Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Underground 2, and Need for Speed Underground. Undercover.
Well, I haven't played any of those Need for Speed.
Yeah, I know you love racing games.
I like racing games. Yeah.
I really don't like them, but I'll play them once in a blue moon and actually continue my collection to having a full PlayStation 2 and Xbox and every other system collection. I probably will never complete it, but I'll try to get as much as possible. But SWAT Global Strike, it even has its own manual. All of these have their manuals. And I want to try this one. I haven't been able to try it yet, but I did try out the Need for Speed Underground. I enjoyed it. It was fun. A typical racing game. Now, it's funny to see that these are online. So back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Before live services. And, the disaster that came in December. But, yeah. So, they are what they are. They're racing games. And for the most part, they're enjoyable. I'm sure player 1 will have more fun with them. But I actually want to play this one. As soon as I get my Xbox up and running again, I'm gonna play it.
Alright.
So I got that. That's all I got for games. And actually I have one more thing. If you guys want to see, I got the PlayStation 3 camera. Brand new in the box, actually. See?
And you can use it on the PS4, I think.
Yeah, you can use it for the move controls, right?
Yeah.
And I think, do they use the same camera for the VR?
I think so.
I don't know, but
I think you could use it. I don't know. I don't have a PSVR, so.
No, I don't have a VR too.
All right, so here's a couple these mini mates I got. They're again these 3D printed little toys that are ridiculously expensive, but pick them up on the cheap.
Just imagine, guys, these are $5, and that's already at a markdown price. So when there's 75%, I think, what'd you buy them for $1?
Yeah. Yeah, even that is okay, but when they're cool. That Predator, I think we've talked about in the past. I love Predator, the original movies, but to pay $5 for this kind of thing, little 3D printed toy, it kind of blows my mind. But I can see why people appeal to it because they are very cool. Like you have from here several. You have from the original Predator movies, 1 and 2. Some of the other Predators,
Predator 2,
which don't make sense because they didn't show up, but whatever. Then you have from Predators the one. That was the last one.
Well,
right?
actually, I think you're incorrect. These actually do show up. Remember, Predator 2 was with Glover, and at the end.
You're talking about the end?
Yeah, where the ship has all the Predators.
I have to see if they even these Predators.
I'm pretty sure these are there.
Okay. Regardless.
Anyway,
there's the other. That's the last Predator movie, right? Predators.
Yeah, Predators.
Yeah, the Japanese guy, and then some Dark Tower stuff. And I really just got the Dark Tower stuff just to get it.
Don't hit on Dark Tower. Let me tell you guys, I love this movie. And love is kind of used loosely. I like the movie. I think a lot of the hate that it got wasn't well deserved because I know it focuses on the kid, and I have followed the series, the actual book, so it's nothing like the book. No movie will ever be like a book. Not even Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, as good as it is in the movies, it'll never be as good as the book. But nonetheless, I did enjoy the movie, and the kid, I know they centered around the kid, but I thought the kid I thought the kid was enjoyable.
I don't feel like they centered the movie around the kid necessarily. And even if they did, it's probably one of the few movies where the kid is not annoying.
No, he's not.
He did a good job.
Let me tell you, it's not like I'm watching Shia LaBeouf in Transformers and
all I want to see is Optimus.
Yeah, and all I want to see is Optimus Prime. The kid was actually pretty good, and so I actually enjoyed the movie. However, I wasn't able to get these, so it is what it is.
You know what? I don't mind giving them to you if you want them.
Oh, I'll take them.
Yeah, man. I don't mind.
I've been trying to get the movie. I've been trying to get the movie since like Black Friday.
Oh yeah, on the cheap.
On the cheap, of course. So I'll go next.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, spoiler. All right, what do you got?
So I got 2 movies. So I got this one at a library because.
A library.
Yeah, I was at a library and they were selling some old DVDs and movies, and this stood out to me, and I asked them how much it was, and it was $1, so I bought it. I actually like the animated movies.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay. They're good. I've enjoyed these more than the live action movies, so they are fun. And if you know the comic book, this is the Ultimate series. So the Ultimate series was fantastic. I love the Ultimate series, but comic books have kind of gone down after that. Warcraft 3D. It's one of those 3D movies that was on sale on Amazon for $10, so I got it. I'm a huge 3D fan. I love 3D. I have a 3D TV, and I enjoy those movies a lot. Warcraft, I felt had a lot of potential and a lot of lost potential that kind of stayed away from the movie. Though I do understand where they were coming from, but I wish they would have included a lot more of the lore and a lot more stuff in Warcraft.
I would love to see a part 2.
Yeah,
you know, I've never played WoW, but I still enjoyed the movie very much. I love the mage. You know, as much as I love Lord of the Rings, there really hasn't been a movie to show a magician.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
what I was
you know
going to point out, that this is one of the movies that actually shows magicians using magic a lot. And so...
Or like wizards is what I'm
Yeah, and wizards and stuff like that. But I enjoyed the movie. I wish it would have been, I mean, in my eyes, longer or had more stuff in it. But I did enjoy it. I wish they would do a sequel.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that.
Maybe not, yeah. But I enjoyed the movie. And I love 3D movies. I wish they weren't going the way of the dinosaur, but it is what it is.
Alright, so here's more Power Rangers. You know, I made a joke, how many times can you collect the same 5 Rangers? A lot, apparently. So these are these, Tamashii Buddies. They're a cool little line if you haven't checked them out. They're basically, you know, a bunch of companies have got into this whole nostalgia thing and little characters. So they're kind of, Tamashii has their own version of what Pops are. But what I like about them is they give you the figure and a background, and you can connect them. And I actually have another little set. I have you can turn them on if you want. I have the other Mega Man and Mega Man X, and so I really like those.
See, this is what I was trying to tell everybody. If you turn around for a second, they'll make like the Rangers, or they'll bring out the toys, but they won't bring out the whole series.
Who makes these decisions, man? Why would you not make like the green and white? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you think people wouldn't go out and buy like everyone to finish the collection?
Yeah,
everybody wants to do that.
I mean, it's fine. Bring out the original 5, and bring out Lord Zed, definitely, because I haven't seen a Lord Zed in some of these type of collections. But at least complete it, man. It's like always 3 or 4. You never really get to complete it. But anyway.
Yeah, it's still cool though. I like these again because they have these little backgrounds and you can connect them.
Oh, so, by the way, I haven't been saying the prices. I think this one was $2 a piece.
Yeah, they were 75% off of the price. So there you go. And they're usually like $14, so that's a good deal.
Yeah, I got this. So you see on there. Yeah, so I got Rey and Finn from Disney Infinite.
Wars, I know you love Star Wars.
No, I like Star Wars. The Skywalker saga, but I guess you can call the new trilogy the Skywalker saga too, but it sucks. I hated what they did with The Last Jedi, but anyway, I got these. I think I paid about 80 something cents, so I wanted to add them to my Disney Infinite collection. And I also got these two, and it brings actually the game inside. I haven't gotten...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never played that.
Yeah, I got Ahsoka, which I've been trying to get for a while. Anakin, I already had him, but Ahsoka was the one.
She's his Padawan or whatever, right?
Yes. And
they fight later on, okay.
Yeah, in the Disney Rebel series.
Yeah.
So I got these two, and it brings the game.
Because, you know, they make a character like Darth Vader, and then they have to show you about 10 times that he gets beat by everyone possible. So, yeah.
Yeah. At least he's had many people kind of almost beat him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But anyway, yeah, I got this for $1.40. So, there.
All right. I got some other stuff. What should I show next? Show this. Got the Black Sacrament Ledger. If you play Skyrim, you probably know what this is. This is where they write your name if you want the Brotherhood of Assassin's Brotherhood. I forgot what it's called exactly. Basically, that's why you write the name where that guild of assassins come to kill you afterwards. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's just like kind of like a notebook journal thing. The Dark Brotherhood. That's what it is. Dark Brotherhood. And they're the ones, and I got it cheap. It was one of those things that were on clearance in GameStop for like $3. So that was kind of a must-have for me. All right, you got anything else?
Yeah, I got one last thing that I bought for $2, and this was kind of like a charging station. They had it on the shelf, and they wanted to get rid of it, and it's $2 in Toys R Us. So it brings the charging cable or any micro USB and the charging dock, and if you guys still use this. I mean, I wish online chat was still enjoyable like it was back in the day, but it's not, at least for me. So it brought all this for $2, and I said, okay, since I do need another charger.
Just to have a charger for 2 controls and also like a headset. You know what I mean? All right, so let me show some other games I've picked up recently. I got the Shadow of Colossus Special Edition. I haven't opened that just yet. Let me put some other ones on there. Also picked up Redout. I had Redout before. If you saw pickups about not too long ago, I picked it up, but I actually ended up returning it. It was $20. As much as I liked the game, I didn't quite think that was worth it. So I returned it, and then it came out in GameStop, I think for $10 or something a little bit cheaper than that recently, and I just kind of got it. The other game you see here is Shell Shock Non-69. If you don't know Shell Shock, the way I learned about the series was Shell Shock 2 on the 360, which is kind of a weird game. It's kind of a Vietnam era game where you're in war, but you end up fighting monsters and these kind of demonic things. And so this is part 1. I don't really know much about it. I don't think this one gets into the monsters, but I may be wrong about that. Cool. So there you go.
I'll give these back to you. So again, going with the whole half collection, I got these, and this one I will tell you that I have completed it as of today. The collection. You only see 4 here, and that's okay. I do have, well, these were the last 4 that I needed. The Red Ranger, Yellow Ranger, Pink, and Black. They're a little bit heavy. They're metal. They're kind of like Pops, but metal. Maybe they're heavy, but they do have all 6 Rangers, and what makes it unique is that the White Ranger is not listed on here, but I do have the White Ranger. So I was just walking at a store one day and I just happened to find the White Ranger, and it's there. And I've looked online, and that one's hard to get because it's not even listed on here. But I've got all of them now, and they will be going to a shelf, kind of like with the Dorbs. Yeah.
All right. And real quick, I'm going to cheat a little bit and do 2 things. I forgot to show this one with you. This is the last piece of that set to connect all the Wind Waker set together. Like this whole set. I forgot to show that. Alright, so here's the best deal I think I got this month. Star Fox Zero. So, if you could imagine this, I paid $4 for that. It was on sale in GameStop, and they had their used game at $4 to get rid of it. But apparently, and this is a hint for everybody, you should know this because I just found out about it. What GameStop does is if a game doesn't sell after a long time, obviously they start marking it down. As you can see, this has a bunch of clear stickers on one after the other. But what they do is they eventually start selling the new game for the price of the used game. And so the used game was actually $4 or $3.98, something like that. But when I went there, they didn't have the used game, and instead they had the new game marked down. So if you can see, it's a brand new copy, including this Star Fox card, completely sealed. Brand new copy of Star Fox for $4.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And with how bad the game really is, as of my understanding, then it's actually a good price for that game. So I thought that was kind of cool, kind of a cool Wii U pickup, since the Wii U games aren't quite cheap just yet, and that's something to keep an eye on. So I highly suggest keep an eye out for things like that in GameStop, in Walmart, because they're marking down a lot of these systems. You know, the Vita for sure. You know, Target had a cool thing maybe like a year ago where they got rid of all their games for like $15. Doesn't matter what it was.
Talking about that,
So
I will say I went to a GameStop, and they actually had thrown out all the Wii cases.
That's right.
They had thrown them all out, and they just had them in little yellow sleeves, the actual games. And they were selling the games still, but they had thrown out all the cases. And when I asked the guy, I was like, "Hey, where are the cases? Why'd you throw them out?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you know, we just needed to make space." And I was like, "Yo, can I get them?" And he's like, "No, sorry, we have to throw them in the dumpster." And
yeah, okay.
Their dumpster was kind of locked, and it's not worth it at that point. But
yeah, it's kind of a shame.
It's a shame. It's
starting
sad.
to happen. Yeah, it's starting to happen. We already know it's happening with the DS cases. It's hard to find the DS case in a GameStop. You usually find them in those little yellow sleeves. but it's starting to happen to Wii and even Wii U. With the Nintendo Switch being such a hit and a lot of these games getting remakes, it's kind of like the Wii U's dead.
Yeah, it's true and it's sad. So I guess moving on, you got the last thing there?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you want to show this.
Yeah.
It's got a cool little briefcase. Amazon had it for like $4. It's kind of a little briefcase you can carry SD cards. Kind of a weird thing to end on. Yeah. Not too exciting. But it carries SD cards more than anything. It has a space for micro and SD. I could just put like Switch games in there, so I kind of wanted to get it for that.
I do have one other thing that I want to show you guys. It's big, and so I don't know if the camera will get it, but you guys will get the hint. If you guys
this is the last thing to having like a bunch.
Yeah, if you guys follow the last pickups.
It was a couple times ago.
Yeah, a couple times ago. I had the other Mario. This is the Fire Mario, so. This actually was in 75%. Look at how I'm touching him.
That's just disturbing, dude.
Oh, he feels good. So anyway.
Molto bene.
So, bad Italian though. it got me out of my moment. Anyway, I got him for $5. So, I couldn't say no. It's a Fire Mario. It goes hand in hand with the other Mario.
I wish I would have been able to pick it up. That was the last one. And Player 2 really wanted it, so I let him have it.
Hey man, I let you keep the Megazord.
That's true.
And I am a huge Power Ranger fan. I kind of missed out on the Mega Bloks.
You have like every possible toy collectible statue of all the first 5 Rangers ever.
Yeah, and their Megazord and everything. But anyway, yeah, so this is the last thing on the pickups. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I did. And I'm gonna now find space for all this stuff. Let's hopefully it doesn't fall. So, is that it? Oh, you got one more stuff. Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't. What?
Yes, you do, right there.
This?
Yes.
Oh! Again, not very exciting. I keep thinking we're done and we're not done yet. I picked up the PSP Rainbow Six. Not too exciting. It's one of those things that I think I have like 2 or 3 copies of this game already, but for some reason it's a popular thing, or it must have sold well or something, because I keep picking it up. So there you go. I think that's it. This time we're done for real.
Yeah, we're done for real. I just figured, I thought you had seen it. It was just laying there.
It was just laying there. I forgot. I brought it with the other stuff. But alright, so I guess that was our pickups for...
Oh, wait. Before we go, I do want to say something about this.
Oh, okay.
I love the PSP.
Me too, man. Me too. And you know it's what... Everything's falling.
We got all this stuff around us, and we're trying to like talk and not drop everything, but...
the PSP, it's a great system, and it's weird because I haven't played much of it. But right now, and now it's starting to get harder, but right now we're getting to the point where it's... If you want to collect PSP, do it now. You're a little bit late to the game, because it was a beautiful time maybe about 6 or 8 months ago where you can pick a lot of PSP up. Games up for like cents on the dollar and GameStop and things like that, but you can still pick them up. They're still kind of cheap, so if you're into PSP, start picking those suckers up now, because it's gonna be hard to find later.
Yeah, if you can find them. I actually started my PSP collection about 1.5 years ago, and at that time they had a buy 2 get 1 free in GameStop, and I went to 4 different cities, no lie, 4 cities, and every single GameStop that was in those 4 cities, I went picking them up, buy 2 get 1 free, because they were so cheap. They were $2, $4.
Some of them were cents. That was before GameStop was doing this little dirty thing that you can't find like games under $1 anymore.
Yeah, so they were actually, like you said, cents. I bought some of them for 50 cents, some of them for 75 cents. I walked into one of the GameStop, and I'll tell you a story. I walked in and I asked the guy for PSP games, and the person tells me, it was a girl actually, she tells me that there's no such thing as PSP games in the store. And I was like, no, there is. I looked online and I looked at your store and it says you have some of these PSP games, and she's like, no, we don't. So I kind of pushed her, and she got her manager, and the manager comes in and says, oh yeah, we should have them. We should have over 100 at least. And so she looked in the drawers that they have, and sure enough, there was one drawer, and she opened it and they had a ton of PSP games still in the box, and with some of them with manuals, some of them without manuals. And the girl's like, oh, I didn't know we had these. And the manager's like, yeah, and we put them away a long time ago. So that just tells you there might be some in your location, though. To be honest, I think a lot of them have been thrown away by now. But if you are trying to get into the collecting gig, as far as right now with the PSP, you need to jump on it, and the Vita, because the Vita's becoming like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
So
very quickly.
So yeah, so that's all I got to say about it.
All right. Well, that was our pickups for what month are we in? February.
Yeah.
February. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave any comments below if you have any suggestions what you'd like to see. Apart from that, I guess that's it. This is Player 1.
And this is Player 2.
Signing out.
See you later, guys.
Thanks for watching.